Mainland 98.3 FM, and time check right now is 8:44 a.m. It's time for Mainland Focus. This is the part where we get to open up our phone line. Remains Omobola Sandra, and I still have Fuad Sahid via the phone line, who would share his own thoughts before we open the phone line for you to share yours. Now, we're going to be looking at two stories this morning. Yes, we'll be looking at the Dangote subsidy oil conversation, and then we'll also look at the unemployment conversation. So, and those are the stories off the front pages of The Guardian and the Punch newspaper. All right, so I'll kick things off, of course, first with the first focal point that we're looking at this morning, and that is as regards subsidy. Federal government may spend 236 billion naira monthly on imported and Dangote petrol. What do you make of this story and revelation of continuous importation of petroleum products by the NNPCL? The NNPCL claims that Dangote cannot deliver as regards the amount of fuel consumption that we need in the country, saying that Dangote is only able to do 20 and we need 45.7, and so the 25.7 remaining we have to get it outside, so we still have to continue to completely end fuel subsidy, saying that subsidy is a very sensitive issue. Once you are subsidizing something, then people will bloat the price, and then the government will end up paying what they are not supposed to be paying. It is the right time to get rid of subsidies. But this refinery will resolve a lot of issues out there. It will show the real consumption of Nigeria, because calling on the federal government to completely halt subsidy. And then all of this revelation and 236 billion monthly, that is what is projected as regards subsidy payment on oil. What are your thoughts? The second focal point is unemployment rises to 5.3% as CBN hikes interest rate to 27.25. What is your take on the decision of the CBN to hike interest rates again, and the explanations given so far by the CBN? Yes, we understand that for us to be able to curb inflation, we need both the monetary policies and the fiscal policies. That's the CBN and the federal government work together to put out some policies that will help to wrap up inflation, but it seems to be doing what it needs to be doing, and there's no support whatsoever from the fiscal side, and that's why we just keep getting this unfortunate situation that we have found ourselves. But generally speaking, what are your thoughts as regards the increase on the NPR, and also what a lot of stakeholders have said as regards this increase? Businesses would shut down, people would lose their jobs, and of course the purchasing power of the people will increase. And if the cost of goods and services increase, there's already inflation. People are going to struggle to hike interest rate again. Oh yes, and also bad debts would rise. People would struggle to pay off their loans, and that's also a big issue for the banks and the financial institutions earlier this year. So the conversation just goes on and on. What are your thoughts? We'll start with Fuad Sahid, and then we'll Dangote
on the need to end subsidy regime. Again, I'm going to repeat that subsidy is never a problem. So subsidy never is a problem, can never be a problem. So I think what we should be saying is that it's time to end the fraudulent subsidy regime in Nigeria on petroleum products. If you understand what I'm saying. So we have to continue to put the aspect of it. So it's the fraudulent part of it that is a problem, and that's what we should end. Really. And the only way to end it is to first stop this idea of importation of petroleum products. It has need. Self-sufficiency. We already have been able to build the capacity, at least with the Dangote refinery. If you understand what I'm saying, Sandra. So the first step to end is to first end any idea of importation. And if the Dangote is saying that he has the capacity to meet your domestic needs, so that all of these questions as to landing costs, the dollar importation, the issue of subsidy person supplying us petrol, for example, how would anybody now manipulate the figure? It is different. So the first thing, and that's why we are calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to make it a national. NNPCL has gone silent on their own refineries now. Have you noticed? They've gone quiet. So what is the timeline for them to fix their own refinery? These guys are not serious. I guess they never even believed that Dangote was going to build that refinery to start with. That was why they promised to do 20%. It's already full back to frustrate that effort. Body language. These are guys who are not committed to us being able to refine local. Hoping that that process will also go seamless without any issue. And that there will be no back and forth. As we speak, we are talking about October 4th. In the import, we've not been able to really have any real agreement as to how it's going to work. And that's why the president is also the Minister of Petroleum. So he needs to do his job. So we're not going to continue to go back and forth on this issue of how much. Just imagine simple things as also how much do you buy from Dangote is being disputed. How much has the supply is still being disputed. All still the policy direction is what he intends to achieve. And that was also come with clear timelines and strategy. Because again, it's just a consistent pattern. And whether he likes it or not, he must understand that look, the CBN does not exist in isolation. So there can not be a situation where policies are taken in isolation without carrying other people along. Else we are just deceiving ourselves. So again, it is what it is. I think Mr. Cardoso still needs to do more to be able to bring all stakeholders together to understand what he intends to achieve. Every time, so it's not just us saying these things. People that are supposed to be directly impacted by policies.
Contribution to the focus for today. Don't forget, the focus is on subsidy. Federal government may spend 236 billion naira monthly on both import products. Now that's PMS, that is. So what do you make of this story or this revelation? And what about the recent statement from Alhaji Aliko Dangote as regards petroleum products by NNPCL? NNPCL is saying, oh, Dangote can't deliver as regards, but that's not true. I've been able to deliver over 100 millions of liters in about 3 days, and what you need is 40 something million. So I can do double of what I can say, oh, we don't have fuel. So that conversation is still there. So what about the issue of continuous importation consumption in the country? That's the first one. The second is as regards the unemployment conversation, especially now with the 27.25%. What's your take on the decision of the CBN to hike interest rates? The conversation 0913-6000-410. And then we also have 0913-6000-430. We are still live on Facebook and YouTube, so we'll be taking messages in the comment section as well of those platforms at Mainland 98.3 FM. That is the handle to look out for. That's the conversation on the table this morning. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. Good morning.
And me too, we are ready for you. A word of it. You see, this morning, number one, I said it where the finale for Dangote, and Dangote is the first one. I said it again. We were talking about justice, and now Dangote is now for more than 40 million. It means let the something go. We in Nigeria, we don't want something to go because the other option is just finally Dangote will terrorize Nigeria by creating price at any time, as they do with the sugar and the other things. The federal government must subsidize Dangote. That's what I say from day one. When it's 20, if Dangote can take him out now, then naira or 1,000, can we buy at rate of 1,000? How many million you produce per day? How much do you sell? By then, the federal government will not sell to Nigeria through these people we call the NNPCL, which is the enemy of this country. They are not performing. I'll tell you, they are enemy to Mr. President. The moment Mr. President knows this that is the enemy, he better take his sword in Madam Sandra.
It's all right. Thank you very much, Prince Wise. First off, landing the price at which the commodity lands on Nigerian shores. Dangote is already on Nigerian shores. I'm trying to wrap my head around that, but of course, I've just had to put that out there. Not try. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. Good morning.
Hello, Sandra. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Mr. J from Idemo.
James.
Money about the Dangote mentioned something that they should remove the subsidy completely. I don't understand. I keep on imagining. This subsidy I'm really talking about it. I'm really confused. The more I listen to this president in all this, I don't know. I pray that in this nation, I don't know, when people saying that God should help, I don't know. This is not God. We masses will be the one to help.
Much appreciate. Well, I mean, I just as I mentioned, I think I mentioned earlier on, as regards anytime we have conversations on the oil sector, I just feel like something happens to me. It was the belief, and immediately he made that announcement, everything just went up. All right, and the belief everybody had was subsidy was gone. They even and all of that, and then one way or the other, from El-Rufai to some other well, and all of that, and then subsidy Dangote came on stream, as regards this particular thing. And trust me, if I still understand it well, God will help us. Yes, good morning.
Yeah, this is one of everything. Nigeria is here to have a leader. Speaking of leadership in Nigeria, and that is why we begin to see this. I told people, they say, okay, Dangote. I told them it's just like a Dangote is like, hello?
We are with you, Mr. John.
I said Dangote is like hunter who is giving monkey banana. Even the Dangote have a license, it will only increase our joblessness. They say, okay, joblessness reduce. It will apply Nigeria. Citizen working is in a country. Monkey, immediately monkey chop it. Yeah, he can change it. Tinubu has nothing to offer Nigeria. God will deliver.
There, I'm trying to understand now. Okay, so Dangote is the hunter, but who is the monkey and what's the okay? The banana is the PMS, but that's Martin's trying to do something to my brain. You're welcome.
Yeah. See, sometimes when it comes to this oil, head is die. Do we have educated people in this country at all? Do we have people of sound mind in this country at all that
I was curious as to where that was leading to. So Gegejo, good morning.
Yes, I've done that. Good morning.
Yes.
I'm Samuel from P2.
All right.
As usual.
Yes.
I just want to educate Nigerians that we should not allow anybody to come on. In a situation whereby our president is minister of the agency trying to exonerate and isolate Mr. President from all what is happening is unacceptable. I don't want to hear Mr. President has said, Mr. President has said, he's terrorizing Nigeria when we have a government in place. How can Dangote be terrorizing Nigeria when he's not the one that is profit? I don't know the kind of people we are kind of a thing that inferiors products for now petroleum matters. When the meeting with Dangote and when we have people that lack credibility in power, you imagine am I a man of integrity? So we should stop.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Sandra, good morning.
Good morning.
This is the factual and from of NNPCL. The back and front, should be stopped. Just by the moment we start producing, and he has started showing this is part of the opportunity. And you see, and if these people continue this, the importance of this forest, as far as our currency is concerned, I appeal to you, please solve this problem. And the issue of what is it, the unemployment, you take and use it. We are facing a lot of issues. Sandra, please have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Alhaji Aliko. You're welcome.
Talking of Dangote's statement, is exaggerated or boardroom before they came out, even with the federal government. I put it to them that is the situation. Because in Dangote's refineries business, it is the more you look, the less you see. And even Dangote himself said they remove is what they told him that he's doing. Where he was this thing so that I solely be producing for Nigeria for only they are the one my daughter that should become the primordial issue. We can't believe any day. That is what is going on in Nigeria. And the better they have even their offspring. Because if you oppress Nigeria today, the offspring will repent. Let them repair our refinery. Let them bring on board more gold and They are spending lavishly and they are looking for debt forgiveness. Where does that happen?
All right.
Then concerning
Please let's stick within the 2-minute time frame that allotted to every caller. I would appreciate that a lot. As right now, it's 12 minutes past 9, and you're on to Milan Focus. And we have some messages. Please, they should not put back subsidy and stop importation. Can't say. And it's too early to say anyways. I also have here still on WhatsApp. Good morning. My take on the whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Buhari punished Nigerians while in office, but this administration will make Nigeria a living hell for the citizens. That's the only way you can liken the scenario playing out in Nigerian governance. James from Agbado Junction sharing that one is very unfortunate and absolutely not in the interest of economic coupled with urban promiscuity and social vices. Government should redefine their economic policies and create a conducive environment. Why is Dangote a private refinery? This is pure conspiracy against the people of Nigeria. Dangote should please tell Nigeria. Good morning. Is President Bola Tinubu really in charge? Because it doesn't seem. And that's Kenneth from K2 sharing that one. We also have here, good morning, self. It is a case of the more you look, the less you see or understand. The NNPCL will always continue to confuse us with a variety of figures in order to NNPCL break the backbone of the oil mafia in Nigeria. We will never know the true cost of producing and the. Please enjoy your day. And that's Wale Oguntoku sharing that one as well on WhatsApp. We also have here. I don't know if this is who I have here. James Ogbonna in Nigeria before saying it on Bloomberg. Was he afraid to expose? I don't even know what else to say regarding this petrol issue. My own is just give us, as long as the product is always available. Yeah, those complaining will still benefit to us. They said it is a way to curb inflation and discourage people. An inflation rate is worthless. What is our inflation rate currently? And what is the new CBN interest rate? Because I didn't get that. And then tell me for that. But on a very much more serious note, the MPR now has increased by the CBN is 27 point. No, did I get it correctly? Yes, 27.25. That is our interest rate as at now. 27 point in August. That's as at August. 32.15%. All right, from 33 go higher than the CBN interest rate. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Your name, sir?
My name is Odome. I've seen an advanced country just depending. Just let us look. Mark my word. Hold it to the left hand. We have never seen anything like University refinery was going on. Don't be what's it called? All mafias. What in the refinery? I think what can testify to that. See, we have never seen our NNPC from government they privatize, so it's now private to private. Is Dangote transparent? No. It is not going to solve any problem. It is no brainer. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Samuel calling from Ikeja. First of all, let me appreciate the one caller that called from K2, who is my namesake, Samuel from K2. Let me appreciate him this morning. In fact, he speaks my mind this morning. It is very easy for us to come out, you understand, and be criticized. When you should come up, people are trying to know my stand. I've been saying it. The NNPC above the president, we are saying we are criticizing Dangote, and none of them is working, and we are criticizing Dangote. What are we talking about? Are we himself? Let's face him. Some people will call and be telling you that that issue, all this brouhaha and these things that is happening between NNPC and Dangote, the president has never said anything. What are we talking about? And for since inception that he has become the CBN and they will not increase the interest rate, and you say you are bringing a justification that the reason of the increase is to discourage the people. What kind of mentality is this? I think we are in a serious mess.
Thank you, Mr. Samuel. Appreciate your contribution.
Calling from Good morning, please.
Good morning, Malam Salah.
We an oil producing country. I believe before and I'll still tell you, we are not oil producing country. I agree with them themselves that this oil is belongs to them. And they sat down and they decided to share it with some of them do what Murtala did. You know, when Murtala took over as a military head of state, he tells the whole Nigerians that this is what belongs to you that I've taken my foot and I've returned it back. I'm now going to serve you. And we are seeing Tinkan Island. Tinkan Island was built in 1976, commissioned 1970. Look at these people. Look at this. I don't want to be a rich man. The only rich people are the people that are in the oil business. And you have to be connected to government. On Thursday last week. And the professor was saying that in 30 years, China removed about 800 million. The president came within a space of 1 year.
Thank you.
He moved about 50. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution.
Just from what you do like that.
All right, let's go on.
Yes. When you guys are going through the issues, especially that of the first subsidy matter, and Dangote and NNPCL, showing that different information were coming from different angles, it's as if we can have a new leader and then continue from there. I'm sure Fuad never foreseen that we were going to have a new office where the lamentation is going to increase better than that of Dangote in the next year. Because that is not really, it's as if you are going to an office or you are going to work without the proper hope anywhere. And the lamentation is just going to increase. It's going to continue increasing day by day. Every quarter.
That is fine. Trust me, Fuad is very, very fine. Well, thank you very much for the concern. I appreciate that. But trust me, Fuad is land focus. And the focus for this morning is the major headline on the front pages on both imported PMS and Dangote. Unemployment up by 5.3 have its own adverse effects on businesses. Experts are saying that the interest rate hike is detrimental to investment and economic growth. And there's also unemployment, is going to be on the rise. There's just 5%. That was done yesterday at the MPC meeting of CBN. All right, so those are the two focal points. 0913 6000 410. That's the number to call for WhatsApp. So you can drop your comments in the here on Facebook and this government. Apart from the same oil subsidy, please do not also forget there are no other sectors. Tochukwu Adele Thumbs not sustainable is becoming a grammar I'm finding hard to really wrap my head around. That all these items are still being sustained despite all the wahala. NNPCL is really not sustainable. They are the big beneficiaries of subsidy. On Facebook is saying good morning. This back and forth about the fuel debacle in Nigeria is due to the incompetence and capacity deficiency of the self-appointed Minister of Petroleum. The question is this: why is the president not keen on fixing the refineries? When is Warri and Port Harcourt refineries going to come up Nigeria good governance, for crying out loud? What sort of leadership is this? If any lecturer sits you down and explains the country Nigeria to you and asks you if you understand, your response. Christopher Efyong on Facebook is saying, good morning, God bless Mr. President. There are several ways. Please permit me to support. Meanwhile, let Dangote supply fuel to Nigeria directly without involvement of NNPCL or you as Petroleum Minister. Inter-agreement. Okay, God bless you. And that's not okay, I think I got that. And that's Christopher Efyong sharing that one on Facebook. You can still drop your comments on Facebook. We are still it is still Milan Focus, and we welcome Said Fuad into the studio. We have Austin Gossent is very concerned. He says he should be drinking water. So
I do that a lot. Yeah.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
We are with you.
Yes. Yes. God bless you.
Amen.
What of my friend Fuad?
We're here. I'm here. Good.
You guys are doing a wonderful job. We have been making suggestions since the inception of this government. On day one, hoping that it was going to be a little bit better than that of Buhari. Care is themselves. Go and take. We are not going to accept it. My suggestion is that we should ask
on the table. We are talking about the subsidy regime and the fact that the federal government may be spending over 200 million 200 billion naira on imported. Let's stay focused. Would appreciate that. Thank you very much. 0913 6000 410. That is the number to call to join the conversation this morning. Hello, good morning. You're welcome.
Well, I want to ask you this question. What now? Can you explain to me?
Subsidy is not going anywhere. We already know that statement was just...
Telling the truth among you or the president now? Who is telling the truth or lying?
So we're now everybody is now talking about subsidy now.
Everyone is lying. Everyone is lying. Thank you, Mr. John.
You know, it's so ironical, really, and a bit.
Is it?
TL is also using the same word again, even though they've denied that on how to implement it. You don't just make a statement and then you start to.
Peter.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm calling you from Auntie, and I told you this on this platform. The CBN governor, Yemi Cardoso told everybody who cares to listen in Nigeria and made him a governor of Central Bank of Nigeria. The man is not competent. That is what the glass cutter man said. He said this man is not competent. He said the economy of everything about Nigeria in Nigerian Central Bank. He said the bank this man were run under happens to be in Lagos, Warri. Don't consider any of them, but to consider a man who has only 17 branches in the whole of Nigeria. See, China currency that we use to do our transaction is 245 naira, all-time high. As we speak this morning, my brother, I am thinking of how to back it.
Don Peters was saying, yes, Babacha Lawal said that when Cardoso was appointed. In fact, what he said was patch is what it is. He's the CBN governor. That's what Babacha Lawal said. In fact, in the statement, he said, I said patch CB because he was the commissioner as the CBN governor. He added that Cardoso having served as the chairman of...
But it's also important for us to, note, playing that devil's advocate here, that there are 12 members of the MPC. It's not, doesn't just...
He's the leader of the bank. He's the governor of the bank.
Yeah, but, they need 11 people.
His thinking would also impact the thinking pattern of others. The leadership
he leads them.
He leads them. So
affecting the ministers as
definitely well. Do. Because he appointed them.
Because the ministers are not doing anything.
The boss stops at his desk. So the failure or the lack of competence, the failure of the performance of the ministers.
All right, I'll just leave it at that. Let's take one or two more calls and wrap some things up with the messages. Hello, good morning.
Sandra, good morning.
Good morning.
Allow me for a hike in the interest rate again. Hike in electricity. I wanted to start, could not start. Hike in everything. And the government is not interested in the people. See, the point for me remains that, let me use your word again. Please go and take care of yourself. Find a way of taking care of yourself. Forget about Tinubu's government and APC. Talking Nigerians are going to what? Go and find a way of taking care of yourself. Now, let me tell you, a textile company. That textile company closed down. And my brother now in Uyo, he moved down to Uyo Tuesday last week. And you know the story.
Is that from the
in the filling station. Filling station. I'm telling you, my younger one of them that travel along with him came back for transportation.
We're losing you, Mr.
Why can't all the states in Nigeria that have oil have refineries? Why are four refineries are not working?
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Monte. We have 9 oil-producing states in the country. I think Edo State has a modular refinery, according to that can be explored as a matter of fact. But unfortunately, here, good morning, Dolapo from Ikpa. 2, Dangote is not a monster. I don't believe he can do that, just increasing fuel price indiscriminately as he will. Won't there be laid down modalities?
He has told you.
The stakeholders, the government, NNPCL, and Dangote himself on pricing. Let's put sentiment. Think for me, think later. NNPCL is a CSP saying a lot of pricing templates. PNA master. So it's not something I can now break down. Next,
you sold to the NNPCL.
So
and you say no.
Us to bring and running him as well. They are both running each other things down properly as regards, what constitutes landing costs, so we can all be calculating it as still from as possible, as many contributions as possible from the Milan 98.3 FM, from the political desk, the current affairs desk. There's a lot that we are putting together for us to. I feel like my IQ just drops. And I don't know anything again. I just leave it for Fuad to please explain. All right, time check is 9:45 a.m. Thank you very much, Said Fuad, for your time. By 1 p.m. today, we have midweek politics, so political scene. And then by 4 p.m., Sage Babalola will be in the Situation Room for further discourse as well. By 10 a.m., around that as well. And also pharmaceuticals, basically. So